In Numbers chapter 13, verse 17 to 33, the Bible says that Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan and said to them, go up this way into the south and go up to the mountains and see what the land is like, whether the people who dwell in it are strong or weak, few or many. Whether the land they dwell in is good or bad, whether the cities they inhabit are like camps or strongholds, whether the land is rich or poor, whether there are forests there or not. Be of good courage and bring some of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the season of the first ripe grapes. So they went up and spied out the land from the wilderness of Zin as far as Rehob, near the entrance of Hamath. And they went up through the south and came to Hebron, Ahiman, Sheshai, and Tamar. And the descendants of Anak were there. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Zonah in Egypt. Then they came to the valley of Eshcol, and there cut down a branch with one cluster of grapes. They carried it between two of them on a pole. They also brought some of the pomegranates and figs. The place was called the valley of Eshcol because of the cluster which the men of Israel cut down there. And they returned from spying out the land after 40 days. Now they departed and came back to Moses and Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Israel in the wilderness of Paran at Kadesh. They brought back word to them and to all the congregation and showed them the fruit of the land. Then they told him and said, we went to the land where you sent us. It truly flows with milk and honey, and this is its fruit. Nevertheless, the people who dwell in the land are strong. The cities are fortified and very large. Moreover, we saw the descendants of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south. The Hittites, the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea and along the banks of the Jordan. Then Caleb quieted the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and take possession, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men who had gone up with him said, we are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they gave the children of Israel a bad report of the land which they had spied out, saying, the land through which you have gone as spies is a land that devours the inhabitants. And all the people whom we saw in it are men of great stature. There we saw the giants. The descendants of Anak came from the giants, and we are like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and so we were in their sight. Today I want to talk about dream big and dream again. Dream big and dream again. Dream big. Everything God has told you to do, do it in your locality, but think globally. Because you do not know what will actually be the last straw. Because you must understand one thing, that the dream God has put in your heart is not your dream. It's not for you alone, it's for a generation you may never even see. You may be the one that will start that legacy in that family. You will be the one that will start something in a nation that has not been started before. Even in your family. Every nation and every destiny needs the following. Every nation needs a people, a law, a leader, and a land. Every nation needs a people, a law, a leader, and a land. And what happened was that they have a law, they had the people, they had the law, which is the instructions of God for the best way on how to live your life. The laws of your universe, that when you cooperate with the laws of the universe, it will work for you. They were the custodians of the oracles of God. They had the Torah. They also had the people. They had the leader, but they do not have a land. Every dream has a location. Every dream has a location. And you must be able to understand that you need these 4 things to fulfill the destiny that God has for you. And you must understand that we need to ask some questions. And I want you to wrestle with this question. Maybe we'll round off with this question in this first service because time has gone. We needed to give space for God to move. The first question I need to ask, are you having feeling of frustration? Are you frustrated now? Now, when I'm talking about frustration, please, don't think about money alone. Sometimes you are thinking about money so much that, and when you have it, you now know that there's emptiness. Are you frustrated? There was one time I was frustrated every Sunday evening. Every Monday morning was a struggle for me. Yes. Are you having a feeling of frustration? And that feeling will not go. And you know, sometimes when you have this feeling, you take money and you go and buy things, you go and spend things. You say, I need to spoil myself. After spoiling yourself, you now find out that the spoiling is not working. Yeah. The next thing you say, I need to have my me time. After about 4 me times. Number 2, do you feel your life lacks meaning? Elvis Presley, before he died, we have the feeling that I'm more than this. I'm talking about the person that was on the global stage. One time he confided with people and said, I feel I should be a pastor. That was what my calling was. Sometimes some of the people you are trying to be like, they don't even like where they are. Are you having feeling? Maybe somebody was complaining one time how I cannot find a nursery school for the children. And got to meet the pastor, and the pastor said, maybe you are called to be a nursery school teacher. But right now she's a banker. Am I saying that banking is not good? No, that's not what I'm saying. I didn't come here to destroy anything. I came here to talk about you and the people God has sent to you. Or God has sent you to. Are you having feeling? Are you feeling that your life lacks meaning? And if it's that, then we need to wrestle. Am I saying you should go and resign tomorrow? No, that's not what I'm saying. But we need to wrestle. Every great message is not supposed to be agreed with. Every great message you hear is supposed to challenge you to examine the way you think. That's why I don't only read the books of the people I like. I read the books of the people I don't even like. I read the people of some of the doctrines they have I don't like. We must not create a concept of the God we have. Or some of us have a concept of who God is. Can I say to you? If that concept is so strong, it has become an idol and you will bow to it. Because we are in 3 dimensions. God is in multiple dimensions. He has a degree of freedom you can never experience. And nobody is right about God. Number 3, question. Are you living in a comfortable but rather boring routine? You're comfortable. You're comfortable. One day I told my wife, and I was even talking to Anwili too, and all of them I said, even if you give the woman, if you think, men, look at me now. Stop writing, men, look at me. You can't really satisfy a woman. Can I also say it? You can't even satisfy anybody. Economics says human wants are insatiable. When you meet one need, they upgrade. They upgrade. The only person that can satisfy any person is God. Somebody will tell you, just give me water, I'm okay. After what I say is the only water. You can't. So, husbands, don't kill yourself. Neither am I saying you should not try at all. Do you have a boring routine in your life? That boring routine, you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you take your bath, you enter the car, you go to work. After you close, you come back again. The routine. I'm not saying routine is bad because some of you are saying, hey. I said boring routine. I didn't say routine. I remember one time, the person in charge of our building project in the bank I was working resigned and went to the monastery for 1 year. As I'm talking now, some of you are having that boring routine. And you think that maybe I will just change jobs. There was one time I was changing job. Could you believe that one time I stayed in a bank for 2 months? 2 months. Now you have all the streams of income coming, you are tired. What's routine in your life? No doubt routine is good. Your systems in your body were created for routine. I'm talking about a boring routine. And please, it doesn't matter where you are, do not change your language. Do not change your language. Maybe you are pursuing a dream and you know that God has given to you. Never you change your language because of the circumstances. In Numbers chapter 13, verse 1 to 2, then 27, he said, the Lord said to Moses, send some men to exploit the land of Canaan, which I'm giving to the Israelites. For each ancestral tribe, send one of his leaders. Look at what he said. He said, the land I am giving to you, the land I am giving to you. When they came back, they gave Moses this account. We went into the land to which you sent us, not the land God gave us. And it does flows with milk and honey. Here's his fruit. They changed their language from the land that God has given to them to the land you sent us. Does it not happen to you and say, now, Pastor, I talk? But we're in a prayer meeting when we heard God. This is what we're going to say. I felt talk, may they not do it. Have you not seen sometimes that you and your husband will agree on something? You will agree very well. When the situation is not ripe again, say, my husband, you are the one that brought it. Don't change your language because of the circumstances. Don't change your language because of what you are going through. Don't change your language with what God has given to you. Your God-given dream must have some things that must be added, must be not only your God-given dream, but there must be power to your God-given dream. There are many people, you have written so many things down. Some of you even saw what you wrote down 12 years ago, you are amazed. Some of you are even working in it without even knowing. Those things that you wrote down is already happening in your life. But there are some that you wanted to pursue. You saw the sons of Anak. The Anak. Anak talks about necklace people. How can you be afraid with somebody that cannot turn his head? What does your God-given dream need? It must be accompanied by a God-given plan. You know, sometimes when God tells you something, the next thing you do is to just immediately go and do it. There are 3 steps to a dream. Number 1, what God tells you. Number 2, how. And number 3, when. What, how, when. What, how, when. What, how, when. There are things that God told you 10 years ago. This is the time for activation. Because you have used 10 years to develop a plan. You have used 10 years to train yourself for it. So when God tells you are going to be a medical doctor, it's not the time to go and sit at home and sleep and be prophesying. It's the time for your training. You're going to be a pastor. Say, I'm called to full-time ministry. I'm called to preach this thing. But you cannot volunteer for 1 hour in 1 week. You say, I'll be pastor. Not be all this thing when they do when I get time. Oh, come and do this thing by 7:30. You come by 8. In Numbers chapter 13, verse 17 to 18, it says, then Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan and said to them, go up this way into the south and go up to the mountains and see what the land is like, whether the people who dwell in it are strong or weak, few or many. Go and spy to check what is in the land so that we develop a strategy and a plan on how to enter the land, on how to take possession of the land. It is never our responsibility to create what God is saying. It's never our responsibility. Never you move because you saw somebody doing something. It is never our responsibility to create what God is saying, but to build on what God has said. What has God said in your life? Build on it. I called you to a medical practice. Build on it. Build on it. You can't create it. You didn't create yourself. There's a purpose why which God called you. And so if you want to know that purpose, go back to him. It's time for us as family to start dreaming from the presence of God. To relax on his laps and say, Daddy, what are you saying to me? A dream without action and will is fantasy. It's fantasy. It's fantasy. And you must understand also, a plan requires faith-filled action. So when you have plans, make and act on it. Because you don't need faith. You don't need courage when there is no fear. Our God-given dream needs, number 2, a perpetual reminder of the end result. You need to put it in front of you. A perpetual reminder of the end result. Because if you don't look at it, you know what you will do? Your hands will be weak. Jesus, for the glory that was set before him, he did not enjoy the cross. He endured it. Men that are paying the price to remain and work out their marriage, you think they are enjoying it? No. It's not every time you feel in love. Because love is not a feeling, but love creates a feeling. Women that are submitted to their husband, respecting their husband, it's not every day they feel they want to respect him. Because sometimes they're acting like something that I cannot understand. But they are staying. Why? They are creating, they are setting their mind. They are reminding themselves of the end result of this thing I'm going through. A woman does not go for abortion at the 9th month. Even with the labor pain, for the joy that is set before them. Numbers chapter 13, verse 19 and 20 say, whether the land they dwell in is good or bad, whether the cities they inhabit are like camps or strongholds, whether the land is rich or poor, whether they are forests there or not, be of good courage and bring some of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the season of the first ripe grapes. Please focus on the return on investment and not on the sacrifice of the investment. Focus on the return of the investment. Listen, wealth creation is about time and discipline. When you are saving that money, I heard what Remy said in the meeting. He said, many people think that savings is a bad idea. It's not the way you can create wealth. Who told you? Save 10,000 naira every month for 30 years. It's time and discipline. Many a times, we think linearly. We think from the beginning to the end. But God does not think like that. He thinks from the end to the beginning. He thinks cyclically. We think linear. Who told you that 20,000 will remain your salary for the next 20 years? So you freeze your present situation into the future. But you see, what does God do? He looks at the end from the beginning. And from the end, he begins to work things out and comes back to the beginning. What are the sacrifices you are doing now concerning that place? You want to sing and you are going for voice training for 2 years. Nobody hears your voice. It is only human beings that are looking for profit when they start. Only human being. What will this benefit me? You see, that is what is in it for me has become a problem. Every morning, the worm must work on something. Because it's part of it. If human beings refuse to be very, very responsible, God created animals that will clean the earth. They call them scavengers. Every dead meat, they will eat it. If you refuse to take it away. It's a system that works irrespective. And that's why it says, I feed them. Why are you thinking of? You don't even know business. Nobody is trying to employ you. Why don't you say, please, can I work for free? Say, well. Because you are looking at the sacrifice of the investment instead of the return of the investment. He's saying, will I be trekking? Yes, trek. You know, trekking is good. Trekking is good. Listen, if a fat woman is exercising every day and you are slim and you are not exercising, you are not better than the fat woman. Oh, you don't know? He says, what am I exercising now? I'm slim. No. Focus. In Colossians chapter 3 verse 1 and 2, it said, if you were raised together with Christ, seek the things that are above, where Christ is seated on the right hand of God. Set your mind on the things that are above and not on the things that are upon the earth. Set it. What is setting? It's a disciplined term to put it there. Set the things. Set the things. Listen, God's Torah, his instruction, is not nomos. That was what not, he didn't deliver you from nomos, from Torah. He delivered you from the law of sin and death. He delivered you so that you can follow his instructions. There are universal principles on earth that if you partner with it, if you don't want to manipulate it, but you want to cooperate with it, it will work for you. It is called, we are supposed to be cooperators, not manipulators. Do you know many of us manipulate God? We send God on an errand like our boy. No, God is not your boy. Set the things above. Set your mind on the things above. Put it there. Put it there. For the joy that is set before you. Don't ever think of the sacrifice. You are going to sacrifice things to go up. Yes, you are going to sacrifice things to go up. When you are saving money, that means that there are some things that have not been done. That means that you are going to wear some clothes for like 5 years. But don't look haggard. You see, how many of you have heard that if you are following Jesus, it's hard? Raise up your hand. My sister, my brother, is a lie. Is it following God? Very hard. Very hard. End up in here now and see what will happen. No, please, end up in here. And not only that, bring hell to your life. I was talking to some young men after God's secret, but we not normally just like that. And I was saying, I said, go and see old men that were hammering women when they were young. Check their waist. You know, when we talk up, when men talk, I said check their waist. At 70, check their waist. You can't hammer a woman; they will hammer you. I'm telling you, there's not. You see. This one hard, Abby. He said, this one, Ada Kasala. You are canceling your future. I'm telling you, it's not, when God says don't do it, it's never for your punishment. I'm telling you, cooperate with him. Think of the return on investment instead of, but our God-given dream must always face adversity. Number 3, it must always face adversity. You will face adversity. Let nobody deceive you that you will not face anything. You will face adversity. Even if God has called you, Jesus faced adversity. Yes. The people that he was called to, that he took care of, abandoned him in his greatest time of need. You are going to face adversity. Whether God has called you to Nigeria or called you to anywhere, you will face adversity. Yes, you will face adversity. Don't ever think that it will be smooth. You know, everybody are looking for where they soft. But the question is that somebody created that soft environment. And before it was soft, it was hard. And if you are not careful, you will make it hard. Because adversity creates tough men. And tough men create tough places to be soft. So they went up and spied out. Numbers 13, verse 21 to 22. And spied out the land from the wilderness of Zin as far as Rehob, near the entrance of Hamath. And they went up through the south and came to Hebron, Ahima, Sheshach, Tamar. And descendants of Anak were there. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Zonah in Egypt. They were coming from Egypt. Mighty nation. Now they are going to take a land that was built before Egypt. Adversity. What are the things that is killing your dream? Time will not permit me. Maybe as we go this series, we'll look at these dream killers. But let me mention it before we close this morning and go. Some of the dream killers are your circumstances. What are your circumstances? The land you are staying. Oh, Benin City is very dry. But every time, my wife went to a conference in Qatar with 2 other people from here. They went there to an educational conference. And the thing that came up in education was Benin, Edo State. Edo State came up in Qatar. You tell some people, you say, I ain't, not be that small thing. I ain't. The little progress you have made in that place, celebrate it. And celebrate others. Listen, as they were singing, I got a team for Avalanche. Every nation has its sound. Why it's not happening here is that we have copied other nations' sound and put it here. Where are the village singers who sang and revival came? Where are those ones that sing in our language? There is no language that is vernacular. Language is language. Sometimes when somebody is singing a language, it's a local person. Thank you, international person. Thank you. You know, sometimes he said not to speak English. Westerhoff did not know how to speak English. But he took us to the World Cup. He said, come, tomorrow Nigeria win Yekini score. Okay. And all of us will be saying, yay! We don't mark his English. Every person has an accent, including the one you are trying to be like. They say they are speaking, they know that you are a Yoruba man. When a Chinese is speaking English, your doubt. What do you doubt? It's a dream killer. Distractions. Something will come and distract you. Nehemiah said, we are doing a great work. I cannot be distracted. Bad report. They will bring bad report. Bad report. What is the bad report that you have received concerning it? Oh, it's going to, Nigeria don't spoil. Everything don't finish. I remember those days, Odion will tell us, the fantastic man that has been with us for a long time. What is, he said, it don't spoil. Things in the studios are spoiled. It was, how much? He said, money don't finish. Money don't finish. My wife will be looking, say, how much? Say 200 naira. You will have spiritual attacks. And that's why you have to be fortified. You have to be fortified with the weapon and the garment of love. And you are going to, listen, quitting. Let me tell you something. The moment you quit, when you want to start again, you start from step 1. Why do you want to quit? Because of the setback that just happened. My prayer is that in this family, the next service I will talk about dream again. It's time for us to dream again. Why are you quitting? What is making you to quit? Maybe you didn't do it well the next time. Pick it up again. It's only cash that was spoiled. One plan was destroyed. God has several plans you don't know about. After doing all to stand. Oh, you didn't get it. After doing all to stand. I have fasted, I have prayed, I have done things. It's not doing it, but I know what God told me. I will stand here. For I know my Redeemer live. Shall a man live or die? Yet in my appointed time shall I live. But I will wait until my change comes. I will wait until my change comes. I will wait until my change comes. One day I was talking to Osaya and some people, and they said, I was telling them, when they were saying this, I said, I know all these things. Say, and you know all these things and you are still positive. Negativity will finish your dream. Will finish you. Why are you negative? Why are you negative? You didn't win today, tomorrow is another day. That's why it gives you a brand new day. It gives you a brand new week. It gives you a brand new month. It gives you a brand new year. Not only years. But you will fulfill the number of your days. Rise up on your feet.
What a wonder you are, my shelter and peace. You alone are my God, the one who rescues me. You could have left me to die, still you came looking for me. Yes, you are.